Good morning. Welcome to your 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We have mostly clear skies out there at the moment as we have a nice seasonable and quiet day ahead of us before we get into some more active weather with some much chillier, colder weather behind it. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we have high pressure still in control over the local region at the moment. We have a disturbance down well to the south, not expecting any impacts from that, maybe just some cloud cover later in the day, but nothing too significant with that down there. We also have a boundary off to the west that will somewhat stall out as a low pressure system gets together over here off over the north central part of the country, and then that will bring that front through the area, bringing us some much colder conditions as we get into the weekend. So if we take a look at the current visible satellite at the moment, we can see those mostly clear skies out there with just light winds out of the north to northwest over the region. Some mid-level clouds flowing through our local area with some high clouds off to the north, but overall mostly clear and nice out there on the chilly side though this morning. If we take a look at the European model to see how things play out the next couple of days, we'll keep high pressure in control for today, and then that will slowly start to recede off to the northeast, and we'll see some increased clouds moving in this evening, becoming overcast as we get into the morning hours tomorrow, and we'll see a very slight chance of possibly a noticeable sprinkle during the early morning hours tomorrow, but won't see any rain moving into the area until we get to the later part of the morning, where we'll see rain start to move in. We'll also see those those winds start to pick up as well, becoming slightly breezy to breezy for our Thursday with rain showers continuing through the day. We'll have a slight chance of seeing an embedded thunderstorm later in the day in the early part of the evening hours as the center of this area of low pressure moves over the area. We'll have the most instability and the best chance for that. And then that low pressure will continue to move off to the northeast. We'll see a dry slot move in where we'll see rain likely taper down as we go into the early morning hours Friday, remaining breezy to windy with gusts likely up to around 30 to 35 miles per hour through the overnight hours. And then we'll see winds really start to crank up as we go into Friday as the cold front itself starts to approach the area. We'll see our warm temperature early in the morning, and then we'll see temperatures quickly drop as these showers move through ahead of the front. And as the front itself moves through, we'll see temperatures quickly drop about 20-30 degrees behind that front. Might see a few flurries on the back side of the front, but nothing that will be accumulating or anything significant at all. Just a slight chance of seeing that. But overall, this will be another round of rain showers, and then behind the front, we'll see temperatures start to drop. We will remain breezy into this period, and then things will become windy as the front approaches, and after it pushes through, we'll see sustained winds up 25 to 30 miles per hour with gusts up to 50 miles per hour possible as well as we go through the day on Friday, and then we'll remain breezy as we go into Friday evening. So if we take a look at the short-term 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we have green for weather risk across the board. Today, again, this will be our last quieter day before we get into that more active weather, but expecting temperatures to get up to just below seasonable for this time of year with a high around 45. Winds remaining light around 5 to 10 knots out of the north this morning, then becoming more northeasterly as we go throughout the day today. Then we'll see those clouds start to increase. We'll see some mid-level and then a few low-level clouds building in as we get later in the evening and into the overnight hours, eventually becoming overcast. We'll see our low temperature of 36 this evening just before midnight, and then we'll see an actual warming trend as we go through the evening. Ahead of that next system, we'll see temperatures gradually start to rise through the early morning hours tomorrow. With cloudy conditions, we'll also see that breeze start to pick up a little bit out of the east at around 9 to 14 knots, and then we could be up to around 10 to 15 knots by 8 a.m. tomorrow with gusts up to 20, and then we'll see that gradual increase continue as we go through the day Thursday with those winds picking up. And again, we had that very slight chance of a sprinkle just before sunrise, probably not likely, but can't rule it out. And at the moment, tides are running about normal. So if we get into the more active weather days, as we go into our Thursday, will be cloudy and we'll have those rain showers moving in by late morning. We'll have that slight chance of an embedded thunderstorm later in the afternoon and into the evening hours. And we'll start off slightly breezy with winds increasing through the day, becoming breezy. And then as we get later into the evening hours, things will become fairly windy for the later hours. But otherwise, a mild day as those temperatures continue to increase with a high around 57 degrees. We are red for precip, yellow for that lightning chance, and orange for the winds at or above 25 knots, as we have a good chance of seeing a wind advisory as we go through the day tomorrow. And then we have that yellow risk for reduced ceilings and visibilities with the shower activity. As we go into Thursday evening, we'll continue with the rain showers and cloudy conditions overnight, and then we'll see those rain showers start to taper off during the early morning hours, and then we'll have that slight chance of an embedded thunderstorm early in the evening with those showers, and will remain breezy to windy with those wind gusts up to around 35 miles per hour as we go through the evening hours. Won't see temperatures drop off too much, just expecting a low around 50 degrees. We are red for precip and yellow for lightning once again, and red for winds that are above 25 knots. By this point, we'll likely be in the wind advisory, and then we have those reduced ceilings and visibilities giving us an orange risk for that. As we go into Friday, we'll start off cloudy and likely dry as that dry slot moves through the area, and then we'll see showers start to move in by late morning. Late morning as the front moves through the area or out ahead of the front. And as that front moves through, we'll see continued windy conditions with winds increasing. We could see some wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour. And then behind that front, we'll see temperatures quickly dropping 20 to 30 degrees as we get into the afternoon hours. So we'll have that high around 53 early in the day, and then behind the front, we'll see those temperatures drop likely down into the 20s by the time we get into the later part of the afternoon. But we do have that red risk for the precip moving in out ahead of the boundary, and not expecting any lightning chances at the moment. And then, as we mentioned, windy conditions for our Friday continuing with those strong winds. So we are red for that winds at or above 25 knots. And then we'll have that chance of reduced ceilings and visibilities with those showers moving through. Well, that will wrap up the 8:15 daily operations weather briefing. We'll be back again at 10 a.m. to take a look at the extended forecast. Enjoy your morning.